Da 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 da. Does your breakfast make you wanna dance and sing?
Dance, dance and sing, Fiesta.
Well, today we're gonna do just that. And later, I'll check our viewer emails and share my jazzy tips for replacing eggs in baked goods. And then we'll go bananas for my quick banana recipes. Pick up a bunch or even two. So please join me for my fabulous Good Morning Fiesta.
Jazzy, you're gonna be healthy with the jazzy vegetarian. Jazzy, so snazzy. We're gonna cook something healthy and light. Jazzy, so snazzy.
So join me in the kitchen right now.
We're gonna cook something healthy and light. That's right.
Today's breakfast is getting festive and flavorful with my hearty Tofu Ranchero, featuring a slightly spicy fresh tomato sauce. And for a baked treat, cornbread and sweet pepper mini-muffins really wake up your taste buds. And then my pineapple, banana, and strawberry smoothie. There's a frosty and fruity beverage that's gonna get your morning started. So let's get ready to cook. Cornbread and sweet pepper mini-muffins, I just love them. You know, when I made my Tofu Ranchero, which I make quite often for my husband, he really loves it. He says, you know, you've got to think of something really festive and fabulous and crunchy to go along with this Tofu Ranchero. How about some kind of mini-muffins? My husband loves mini-muffins, and I know that perhaps you might too, so that's what I'm going to make right now. They're really, really easy to do, and they're really, really festive. So we're going to begin with cornmeal. And I've got yellow cornmeal. You could certainly use blue cornmeal if you like. This is what I have here today. I'm just going to add a half a cup of this organic yellow cornmeal, and then a half a cup of whole wheat flour. And then I'm adding a quarter teaspoon of sea salt and a half a teaspoon of baking powder. I'm going to whisk that all together. It's really, really rustic, so no need to sift it. After all, you're making this in the morning, so you want it to go along really quickly. At least I know I do. So what am I going to use for the egg? Today I'm using 1 cup of sliced banana. Now, I've done this before. It works really, really well when you're doing sweet baked goods recipes. I'm just checking my emails, and I've got some great questions today. Let's see here. Megan from Key West writes, what do you use instead of eggs in your baked goods recipes? Well, thanks for asking that question, Megan, because I get asked that question all the time. It can be kind of challenging replacing eggs in baked goods recipes, but there are a lot of different options these days, and I use them regularly. One, if you're doing a sweet baked good, you can use a mashed banana. Yep, a mashed banana works great in place of egg. You can also whirl it in the blender, kind of make it egg-like. Then I also use tofu. Just take the tofu, put it in the blender, whip it up, kind of whips up like egg whites. Works perfectly instead of eggs in many baked goods recipes. And here's a little jazzy tip. If a recipe calls for 1 egg and it's a baked goods recipe, about 95% of the time you can just leave that egg out. It'll still work perfectly fine. But one of my ways to replace eggs in a baked goods recipe is to use flax seeds. You just take 1 tablespoon of flax seeds, put them in a high-speed blender, blend till they're almost like a very, very fine flour, and add them to about a 1/4 cup of water and whisk it together. Let it set for 10 minutes. That replaces eggs very well in many baked goods recipes. So when you're thinking about baking vegan, you want to perhaps think about your different options for replacing eggs. So thanks, Megan. So I'm going to start by putting this all in the blender. That's what makes it so easy. So I've got 1/3 of a cup of non-dairy milk, 1 cup of sliced banana, and to give it a little kick, because we are having a Good Morning Fiesta after all, a 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder. All we have to do is whip it up. There we go. That is absolutely beautiful. Ooh, take a look at that. Isn't that fantastic? So it's kind of a combination of whipped egg whites and dairy milk, but it's actually whipped banana and non-dairy milk. You know what else is going to help to hold this together? I've got a half a cup of diced sweet red pepper. You can use orange pepper, even yellow pepper, and in a pinch you could use green pepper with this. It's still going to give it kind of a festive look and a festive flavor. But I'm going to put this into the dry ingredients, stir it all around, and I'm going to let the peppers get coated with the flour. See how they're getting all coated there? What that's going to do is help the muffins to adhere together because the peppers are covered with the flour and they're all going to make it kind of glue together. Now let's add our wet ingredients. Yeah, look at that. Let's see how this is all going to come together. I'm going to add 1/4 cup of maple syrup. Now, this is going to make the consistency just right. Add a little bit of sweet to our good morning Fiesta meal. Beautiful. All right, that's perfect. Now, I've oiled out a 12-cup mini muffin tin with a little bit of vegan margarine. I'm just going to pop these muffins right in here. Oh, yeah. Getting excited now. Of course, you can just put that in with a tablespoon if you want to. But I kind of like the look. It gets kind of a rounded top to it when you use the scoop, if you have a cookie scoop. I've got my oven on 400 degrees. Well, there we have it. Cornbread and sweet pepper mini muffins ready to go in the oven at 400 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. You want to cook them until the tops are nice and crisp. And you put a cake tester or a toothpick in there and it comes out clean. And up next, it's my Tofu Ranchero. So stick around for that.
Tofu Ranchero, so tasty too. Tofu Ranchero. We got some muffins. Delicious smoothie.
Got my oven on 400 degrees.
Breakfast Fiesta.
Tofu Ranchero. What the heck is that, you may be asking? Well, Tofu Ranchero is my version of Eggs Ranchero. Well, I first heard of Eggs Ranchero when my dad was going to race his car in the Baja 500. And he was charting out the course through the desert when he came upon Mama Esperanza's Royal Cafe, kind of in the middle of the Cabo San Lucas Trail. He stopped there to have some breakfast, which is the only place to stop. And he had this fabulous egg dish that was served on a tortilla with some hot sauce on the top of it. Well, he didn't win the Baja 500, but he came home with this recipe, which was really a true winner for my family. My stepmother used to make it for me when I was a girl. And a couple of years ago, I said to myself, let me make a jazzy vegetarian version. That's what I'm going to do right now. And of course, it's based in tofu instead of the eggs. It's really good, comes together beautifully, and it's a great fresh breakfast. It's going to kind of wake up your family's taste buds. So I'm doing my little jazzy version of my stepmom's spicy eggs ranchero sauce. And here's how we're going to get started. I'm going to give it a little kick with fresh tomatoes. And what I've done is I've just chopped up 3 medium fresh tomatoes, a little more, a little less. Just put them right there in the blender. And I'm going to blend them until they're kind of a chunky puree. That is the perfect consistency. You don't want it to be a liquid. You want it to be a nice chunky puree. We're just going to put that into our large skillet. I've sliced 1 onion. You can do a sweet onion. You could even do a red onion. Then I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. 1 tablespoon of chopped fresh cilantro. Just love the taste. And then I've got 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne. A little more, a little less, but we do want it a little bit spicy. So if you like a little more spicy, add a little more. Then just 1/4 teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil. That just gives it a little kick. You can leave it out if you want, but I kind of like the little extra oomph that the olive oil adds. And we're just going to put it on a medium heat. And that's all you have to do to give this a start. I had this fantastic fantastic Himalayan pink salt. Just a pinch of that. Give it a little toss. I've got it on a medium heat. I'm going to get it going and then turn it down to medium-low. What I'm going to do is bring this to a little bit of a simmer, cover it, and let it cook for 7 minutes until these onions get nice and translucent. And then we're going to add the peppers to our sauce. Now, what is going to take place of the eggs? You've seen me do this before. I'm going to use tofu. I'm just going to add my extra firm tofu, 1 block, to a bowl. I'm going to grab a little bit of olive oil for this too. Just add a little bit of pizzazz. You can leave the olive oil completely out of this recipe. I've made it without olive oil before. Just 1/8 or 1/4 of a teaspoon. Get a little mash there. Yeah, that's nice. I'm going to add some turmeric in just a minute, and this is going to give the tofu a deep yellow color. And then we're going to mash the tofu to look like scrambled eggs, because that's what's going to go on top of our tortilla. So I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of turmeric, and then I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of reduced sodium tamari. Just give it a little hint of sodium. Now watch how this magically turns into the consistency and color of scrambled eggs. Yep. I love it. I have to get a pot holder so I don't burn my hands. That's looking good. You just want to leave that to simmer until the onions get translucent. Remove my container out of the way. Now we're going to get this tofu and turn them into our pseudo eggs. What I've got here is a non-stick pan. Now do always remember, when you're using non-stick cookware, make sure to use a non-toxic brand. There are plenty that are advertised on the internet or you might find in your cooking store, but it's really important when you're using non-stick cookware. All you have to do is toss your scrambled eggless eggs right into your skillet. I'm going to turn it on a medium-low heat. Let me grab a spatula. Make sure to use a spatula that's special for non-stick pans. Can't tell you how many times I've yelled at my husband because he ruins my non-stick pans because he uses a regular metal spatula. So just give that a little toss. That's really all you have to do. We're going to let that cook for 5 to 7 minutes until it gets a little browned underneath and gets cooked through. All right, now we've got to have tortillas for our tofu rancheros. And I've got 5 whole grain tortillas here today. I love these whole grain tortillas. These have flax seeds in them. Gives them a really nice consistency for this. I'm just going to wrap them in some foil and pop these in the oven to warm up at 375 for about 5 to 10 minutes. You don't want to leave them in too long. They get a little bit hard and crispy, which is what you don't want. You just want them to be nice and warm for this recipe. Smell those onions are cooking. It's time to add our sweet peppers. What I have here is half of a yellow pepper, half of an orange pepper. I've just sliced them up. You can use red pepper too if you want, but you just want 1 nice large sweet pepper or half and half like I've done here. Just slice it up and toss it right in. Such a great sauce. Ooh, that's absolutely perfect. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Now that's a true fresh tomato sauce. Some people like to take the seeds out of their tomatoes. They also like to take the peel off the tomato when they're making a sauce. I like to put in the whole tomato. So that's just a little jazzy tip. You want to take the seeds out, go ahead and do it. But I love it like this for this recipe. We're just going to let it cook for 5 to 7 minutes until those peppers have gotten kind of nice and soft. Let me check on my tofu. Ooh, that's looking good. It smells so good too. I think everybody in this room is smelling the smells in this kitchen with the sweet peppers. And I've got those tomatoes and the onions and all the different spices and the cilantro and the cumin. And oh, this turmeric just smells fabulous. Now that's what you want on it. See, as I'm turning that over, you see I've got just a little bit of color, just like you would on scrambled eggs. So those are just about done. I can actually turn those down in just about 30 seconds or so. So I'm gonna get my tortillas out of the oven. I'm gonna get my sauce done. And now we're gonna make something to drink with our breakfast. And it is well, stick around. It's a surprise.
We'll take some pineapple. We'll take some strawberries too. Pineapple.
Bananas.
We'll take some pineapple.
Pineapple, banana, strawberry smoothie. What could be better than a refreshing chilled smoothie to go with our good morning Fiesta meal? This is truly Fiesta-like. We're gonna start off with 2 cups of chilled vanilla soy milk. You can use any non-dairy sweetened milk that you want to in this. Coconut milk would actually be absolutely fabulous. Then I'm gonna use 2 very large frozen bananas. Say banana, I say banana. I'm gonna have some bananas mañana. Bananas are great any day of the week. They are the absolute perfect snack. And of course, I love taking bananas and peeling them. I cut them up, I put them in a little plastic bag, and I put them in the freezer and freeze them. That way, they're great to use in smoothies or to make a nice vegan ice cream or a vegan sorbet. Just about any time of day. Another great thing to do with bananas is a banana and peanut butter sandwich. Kids just love this. Just take a piece of whole grain bread, toast it, spread on some natural peanut butter, non-hydrogenated of course, and then slice some peeled bananas. Put them on top, makes a really great snack anytime. So bananas, let's get back to cooking. Then 1 cup of frozen strawberries. And then 1½ cups of chilled cubed pineapple. And then for a little pizzazz, just 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. You can add a little more, a little less, depending on how sweet you like it. That's the whole deal. And let her rip. You know how I love when I put things in the blender and they turn into something absolutely gorgeous. Oh, so chilled, so beautiful. I've got my jazz glasses here. Pour it into. Yeah, my friends are gonna love this meal today. I've got to take a little taste. I can't wait. That's gonna wake you up. That's absolutely fabulous. I'm gonna pull those tortillas out of the oven. My sauce is ready. My tofu is ready. The muffins are ready. Let's plate up this baby and have our good morning fiesta, because you know what? I'm gonna taste it for you. It's my good morning fiesta. It's waking up my taste buds in just a minute. I can't wait to plate this up for you. So I've got my gently warmed whole wheat tortillas. I'm just gonna put one right here in the middle of my beautiful plate. That's hot. Woo! Don't do what I do, use a hot pad. Let me grab a hot pad, actually. And then we've got our fantastic scrambled tofu. Doesn't that look just like scrambled eggs? Works really, really well in this recipe. What we're gonna do is just put a little bit of this scrambled tofu right in the middle of this tortilla. It's perfect. I'm extra hungry today, so I put a little more on there. Then, my fabulous sauce. You're not gonna believe how beautiful this looks. Look at that. Look at those colors with that orange pepper, that yellow pepper, those beautiful fresh tomatoes, that fresh cilantro, cumin. All right, spoon that right over the top. Woo! That's beautiful. So what my stepmom does is she puts a dab of hot sauce on the top. It's definitely optional in this dish, but I want to really wake myself up this morning, so I'm just going to put a dab right on top. Woo! Alrighty. The deed is done. Doesn't this look so festive? Now, just to add a little pop of pizzazz, I've got a little more of that fresh cilantro. I'm going to garnish out the plate with that. Pop right in the middle. That looks really, really festive. I love cilantro. Alrighty, now it's time to give it a taste. I just love this dish. Got a nice little piece for myself. Get a little bit of that cilantro, a little bit of that sweet pepper, that onion, fabulous tofu. Just pick it up with your fingers, just like this. Roll it up, pop it right in your mouth. Oh, I love that. That pop of Tabasco, that slightly spicy sauce on that fabulous tofu, that nice warm tortilla. That is absolutely fantastic. And now for my little cornbread and sweet pepper mini muffins. Aren't they just so cute and very festive with that little bit of pepper laced through them, those sweet red peppers. Look at that as I open that. Can't wait to taste this one. Okay, so a little bit of that banana, a little bit of that sweet pepper, that fabulous cornmeal. Really, really great, but it's so moist, you're gonna be really, really surprised. You know, cornbread can sometimes be very dry. This is not. It has a little kick from that chili powder too. It's really great. Now I just gotta take one more little sip of my pineapple, banana, and strawberry smoothie. Oh, that is absolutely delicious. Thank you so much for joining me today as I prepared my fabulous Good Morning Fiesta meal. So the next time you're looking for a festive breakfast menu, I hope you'll look to the recipes on today's show. So until next time, be happy, be healthy, and be well from the Jazzy Vegetarian.
Visit our website at jazzyvegetarian.com to connect with Laura, see videos, find your favorite recipes, and more. Follow Laura on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Companion cookbooks to the Jazzy Vegetarian series contain beautiful full-color photos and include recipes featured each season.
This 10th anniversary edition companion cookbook features full-color photos, menu plans, and over 120 recipes.
For more information or to order, visit jazzyvegetarian.com.
Organic love, 100% natural. Yes, it is now. Organic love. I've got no additives or no preservatives. It's real intuitive. It's downright primitive. Organic love is 100% natural. Yes, it is now.